Hello YouTube, it's Si here from Si Moto Photo. Welcome back to the channel. I am so excited, man, I can't tell you. This Rocket 3 GT Storm's just dropped to the shop and I'm super keen to get this out, get a ride on it, see what it's all about, compare it to the old one, compare it to the previous GT model and our model, and just see what we think of it. So without wasting any more time, right, let's get this out on the road and see what it's all about.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right and away, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy.
Right, the Rocket 3 Storm GT. This is like the Mercedes-Benz CL65 of the bike world. It's like a Continental GT, Bentley Continental GT. It's like a Rolls Royce to ride. It's incredible to ride. It's so much of an event to get on this thing. This is the GT version, so I prefer this over the R version, right? You sit more in the bike with this. The seat's a little bit lower and it's got a little bit more cushioning, if that makes sense. It's a wee bit more comfortable. You feel as if you're more part of the bike with it. But this is, oh my god, talk about a special event getting on this bike. So this is the updated version of the Rocket 3. As if it needed more power, Triumph have gone and added some. So they've upped the power in this bike from 165 horsepower to 180 horsepower, there or thereabouts. And it went from 221 newton meters of torque to 225 newton meters of torque. Can you feel it? No, really. It's like, how can you feel it's so powerful that it's irrelevant them adding more power. The one thing I would say, to be fair, is whereas the old Rocket, you could feel when you revved it quite high into its revs, it only revs to about 6,500, right? But when you rev it up to about 6,500 on the old one, you could feel it kind of taking a wee bit of a dip off towards the end. You're not feeling that with this. You're feeling it kind of push on past the point where the power used to drop off. But this one's a little bit, it's set up a little bit hard. You can really dial them in with the suspension, but this one's just, it needs me to sort of loosen off the preload a wee bit. It feels a wee bit firm. But oh my god, what a gorgeous bike to ride, honestly. This is a bike that everyone should get a shot of, because this really does make you feel quite special when you're on it. There's a power delivery, you can almost feel, it's like a rumbling under the seat, as if the bike's just almost ready to burst into life. I've never quite experienced it like it. And when you're on the gas, right, it's a shaft drive, and when you accelerate, you can actually feel the bike lifting itself up at the back. It's the weirdest feeling. And when you change gear from, second to third, it almost leaps into gear as if it's trying to grab that next gear to get off its mark. But it does it in the most smooth and refined way you can ever imagine. There's nothing like the Rocket 3, there really isn't. Oh man, what a bike this is to ride. I want to take you over it, right, but I don't know where to start. Right, so let's start at the front, right. So you're running with a 17-inch tyre at the front, and you've got a 16-inch tyre at the back, but you've got these upside down forks that are adjustable at the top. You've also got a set of Stylema brake calipers on it. The braking power is phenomenal in the bike, right? Absolutely phenomenal. The feel of the lever is out of this world, and you've got adjustability on both levers to make it, fit exactly the way you want to fit to your hands. You've got a set of LED lights in the front, and you've got this screen. Now this screen, you wouldn't think this does very much, but it actually does. As long as you're behind that screen, it's fine, but as soon as you move your head to the side, you can feel the wind hitting you. I've seen a few people with bigger screens on them, and I think that would make quite a bit of difference, but even with that small screen on it, it does make quite a bit of difference to the wind blast. You've got LED indicators as well, working up your handlebars. So this is a GT model. So the GT model, you've got all backlit switchgear. The backlit switchgear includes your heated grips, which are a standard feature on the GT model, and you've got your bar end mirrors, and the bar end mirrors are fantastic. They're not vibey. You can see plenty behind you, and they're really, really good on. They look really good on the bike as well. So you've got different rider modes. You've got road, rain, sport, and rider. So you can set up yourself to whatever you want to do with it, and the clocks here are adjustable. So if you're getting glare in the clocks, and it's putting a sort of sheen on the screen, you can move it up and down just to get rid of that as well. You've got this gorgeous Monza fuel tank. Open it up and you've got your fuel tank under, your fuel flap underneath. You just unlock it, unscrew it, fill it up with fuel. The seat on the GT model, it's a little bit more sculpted, and you sit a wee bit more in the bike than the R, and the pillion seat pads get a little bit more girth to it than the R version. And you also get this adjustable pillion pad at the back, so that can move up or down to get a kind of comfortable position for your passenger. And you've got these pegs at the back, right? They just flick out, fold down, and when you're not using them, they just fold away really nicely. You can get luggage rails for it, right? And if you've not seen them, they're little billet metal parts that fit on there. When you've not got panniers on the bike, it looks incredible actually. It looks like a real nice feature of the bike. But they clip down and you put the panniers on them, and it just gives you a wee bit more carrying space if that's what you need. So as part of the revamp of the Storm Edition, what they did was they lightened the wheels. Now you'll notice on the back wheel, there's more spokes on the back wheel, and that's just to give the wheel the same strength. And you've got this gorgeous all black headers, all your engine, all your exhaust, it's all coloured in black, stealthy looking. It looks fantastic when you see it in the flesh. They've upped the power in the engine. They're now putting out 180 brake horsepower, and you've got 225 newton meters of torque. So you're up 15 horsepower and you're up 3 newton meters of torque. Can you feel it? No, really. It's not something you're going to go, oh my god, this is so different. It's not. It's still the Rocket 3 that we know and love. The difference is that the old Rocket 3 used to fall off a wee bit at the top end of the rev range. This doesn't. It just keeps pulling hard. So it's given it a wee bit more top end, but the torque was just ridiculous to start with anyway. But the rear suspension comes out the factory set up quite hard. So the first thing I'm going to be doing when I get back to the shop is loosen this one off, just to give it a bit more give at the back. And the wet weight of the bike is 320 kilograms. And when you're sitting on the bike, it doesn't really feel that. I'm 6 foot, right? I've got a 32-inch inside leg, and my feet are pretty much flat on the ground with a bend in my legs. So you've got plenty of space. I'll just tell you the seat height is 750 millimeters of seat height, but it's such a comfy place to sit. It's really, really smart to sit and look out from the cockpit here. Do you know the only thing I would add to this bike, right? Apart from maybe a taller screen, the only thing I would really, really make it the first thing that I do would be to fit a quick shifter to this bike. We had a quick shifter on our old demonstrator, and it was just the best quick shifter ever. So it needs a quick shifter. So if it was me, right, if I was going to get one, put some budget aside to get a quick shifter fitted to the bike, because it really does enhance the ownership experience for the bike. It's a fantastic addition to the bike. You've got an 18 litre tank on the bike, and Triumph reckon you do 42.8 miles per gallon. I don't know how accurate that is, right? I've not really been logging my fuel today. So anybody that's got one, drop into comments, let us know what kind of miles per gallon are you getting out of that bike. It's a 2.5 litre engine. I don't know, is that way optimistic, 42 miles per gallon? But, I don't really care what it gets in miles per gallon. It just looks phenomenal. Look at that single-sided swing arm at the back. It's just a workout, the bike. It really is. It's beautiful, beautiful bike. So the GT version of this bike's 23,895, right? And they do the bike in this black with blue bottom half. They do it in a black with a red bottom half, or they do it with a black with a kind of grey, like a dark graphite grey colour. They look fantastic. In the R versions of the bikes, the colours are swapped round. You've got the colour at the top and the black at the bottom. So it just looks, it really does look incredible in the flesh. Get yourself down and get a look at this bike. It's mega. I've ridden loads and loads and loads of bikes over the years, right? and I swear there's nothing quite like a Rocket 3. It's a bike that you'll never forget if you ride it. It leaves a real lasting impression in your head. It's a bike that everyone looks at. Everyone wants to talk to you about it. You know, everyone's curious as to, you know, asking you, is that really a 2,500cc engine? Yeah, it is. You know, it's a 2,500cc engine in a motorcycle. What is that all about? But it's a triple, right? And you know that triple engine is giving you the torque and the kind of, you know, the top end rush all at the same time. But they've kept the revs right down on it to keep it super refined, so it's not a big high revving bike, but it's instant grunt. It's just gorgeous to ride, honestly. The Triumph have went and changed the wheels on the bike, so they've made the wheels lighter weight, and I think that's the main thing that I can feel when I'm riding this bike. It turns in really easily. Not that the old one didn't. The old one I always thought was really nice at turning in, but you can definitely feel that this bike feels lighter on its feet than the last gen. It's got a certain flickable nature about it that it didn't have before, or it's amplified from where it was before, is probably what I'm looking to say. It just is amazing to ride. Thank you very much. But it's a bike that I've ridden the Rocket 3 a number of times now, right? And it's a bike that I just love to throw my leg over, because you just know that it's going to be an event and it's going to be a blooming good day. It's superb, and I honestly wish I could get my hands on one for myself. It's just, I love it. I just love it. It's so gorgeous. Well, there you go, the Rocket 3 GT Storm. Do you know what? This has been a fantastic day. I absolutely love this bike to ride. It's such a nice bike to ride. It's such an event riding it. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video and have earned your subscription, please consider subscribing to the channel. There's lots more Triumph content coming, and a wee bit of Harley content will come throughout the summer months as well. So listen, I've also left a link in the description. If anybody wants to contribute some fuel or a coffee, there's a link you can follow in the description. You don't have to. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and comment in the videos is more than enough for me. But listen, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks again for tuning in to Moto Photo. I hope you have a cracking week, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy, man.